I still can show love to the people that I'm in competition with, but I know I'm still going to do my thing when I get my opportunity.
Right. Creative people of the interwebs, welcome to another episode of the Creatives Are Essential podcast. I'm Christina.
I'm Mark Lee.
Des.
And I'm Joe. Walk on, friends.
And we got Will behind the camera. Mark, was this intro to your liking?
This was way better. It just felt more,
He made us start over again.
I'm sorry, guys.
On a really good intro, by the way.
It was really good.
It was.
Yeah.
It was very authentic and lovely.
Yeah. Anywho. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Good. How's everyone? How's
Pretty
everybody's week been?
Outside of a bad Starbucks order, experience I had this morning, I'm pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Yeah. Customer service, people, it matters.
Big time.
We're
going to do a whole episode on that or something later because I was not impressed. Not one
all
bit.
from the same lady, too.
Yeah.
Everybody's experience. I don't go there like that, but like all three of y'all had something to say about the same person, which is crazy. So we need to do an episode of Undercover Boss.
We should.
And pull up.
We should.
And then I'm going to just wear a mustache and then rip it off. See, I'm the boss.
I own this place.
You're fired.
That's funny.
Nah, my last week was so busy.
Yeah.
Like so busy. Everything leading up to here was like super busy. So I'm kind of glad to just be here. Kind of chill with y'all.
Yeah. It was a pretty stressful week for me too. Like I have been trying to like catch up on sleep and like I got one good night's like rest this past week and I'm like still in recovery mode.
How many hours do you need?
I need a lot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you
or
guys
else
know
he
me.
Gonna be...
Yeah. If I don't have enough sleep, I am sneezing. My nose faucet is running.
Yeah.
Like, it is just, I'm a mess when I don't get enough sleep.
Are you guys nap people?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I take
absolutely.
I think that's part of my problem is that I don't take naps like that. I think I kind of have like a little bit of a FOMO situation here. Like, it's like if I'm taking a nap, I'm missing out on things. And so I don't like to do that.
Like at your house?
That's it.
No, in general, I don't like to take naps during the day. Like it's just weird.
What
for
you
me.
missing
Like,
out on?
I don't know, just life.
That's extrovert.
Oh, you mean like you could be doing something?
Right. Sure.
Oh, I thought you meant like
is that what
things are happening.
Sure.
That's not what you meant.
Yeah, but if you don't have any plans, then
I'm gonna take this nap.
right.
I don't know. It's just something about like it's like a waste. Not a waste, but I don't know. Like I have to be like exhausted, like completely like done for to like take a nap.
So you prefer socializing than taking a nap?
Yes.
Nah, bro, I'm taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sunday naps are the best.
Hits. Can I tell you?
They're just different.
Sunday naps. I just don't get out of bed until 5 o'clock.
That's Sunday hibernation.
Right.
You FaceTime Christina, she's like,
literally, that's how my day was yesterday. Like Thursday, like Friday, Saturday combined, like I had like 10 hours of sleep. So Sunday, I was like, it was Mother's Day. My mom was like, I didn't even hear from you. I'm like, but I was going to see you later. So I wasn't even like worrying about that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just saying, I was tired.
Yeah.
But
Real deal.
hey, we made it to another week.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it, guys.
And even then, I feel like this week is going to be kind of busy because I'm going out of town on Wednesday and then trying to get everything done in like 2 days,
Wanna tell the people where you going?
NYC.
Hey.
Nice.
New York.
Excited
Come on,
to
guys.
be back.
In
Okay.
New York.
I was about to say, I knew one person I could count on was Mark. It was two different songs. Yes.
Right.
It
I was singing.
Yeah.
I was starting singing what you were singing.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
No,
this was.
But that wasn't the song.
Alicia
That
Keys.
was-
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I was Alicia Keys.
Oh, New York.
So, say sorry.
Concrete.
I was with you.
I know. I'm just saying.
But
like,
mine's is
Mark,
more. There's more nostalgia behind the one.
But you weren't
I
even singing the same song he was singing.
Wow.
Joe.
But if you
Right.
think about a New York song, it's Frank Sinatra first before anything.
Maybe for the
For-
previous generation, but for our generation,
But yeah, if you're born in 1950, yeah, I
Right.
would agree. Like, watch it. Watch
I
it.
did it.
I'm
I
a-
sketched.
Watch your mouth.
I
I'm a little
sketched.
cultured, so forgive me for
Oh.
No, I would.
Oh, shots fired? I believe the shots have been fired.
I was gonna say what you thought I was gonna say. I was gonna say how earlier you said jive.
Jive
I
turkey.
was gonna say
Okay,
anything.
maybe we can like bring some clarity to not clarity, but like have people like I think people still have used the term jive.
You.
Not like
Yeah.
not
Just
like
you.
jive turkey, but like, when things
that's when you
work
use
well
it.
together, they jive.
Yeah,
well.
I haven't
Or
heard
they gel.
anybody under
Gel.
the age of 40.
I mean, that's another one
Yeah.
too.
I haven't heard anybody under the age of 40 use the word
Someone
jive.
has. If you are under
You.
the age of 40, please
You.
please back me up here.
Ain't nobody backing you up.
I
Ain't nobody
do
coming to
see
help
how
you.
like the older you get, your vocabulary does shift and change. Like certain things you wouldn't say like in
Example.
your 20s. Like that time we were driving and I think the kid ran across it in front of the car.
But you referencing Joe.
No, and then I said something.
Who is
I
already
think I was
using the
saying-
word
Oh.
jive.
And I was like, oh.
Look at this jive turkey running across the street.
No, I was like, oh, whippersnapper. And I was like, no. I'm kidding.
But what generation is
I
that?
what I'm
I don't know
saying.
what.
That's like
I had nothing to do with
whippersnapper?
that. Don't look at
But
me.
you said that?
I
He
said
said
that. And I was like, in that moment, I was like, I'm getting older.
All right, so you know those
He also
progressive
he also
commercials?
took out a handful of Werther's Originals from his pocket when he said it too.
I don't
Those are
know.
the
What
little
is that?
caramel
The
candies
caramel
that old people
candies.
have.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Okay, it was
The fact
it
that
would've
you
been
know
a
the
good
name.
joke. Oh, shut up! Don't even try that. No,
I don't know the
it
name.
I might
backfired.
just give
It's
you
like,
the
my joke
translation.
backfired
They'll
against
go to
me.
Joe
Yep.
House. You gotta,
How
you
old
gotta
are you
couple
again?
minutes.
It's like as I
Butterscotch.
put away all my Werther's Originals. I'm like, whoops.
Guys, update for you. I have been vlogging.
Yes,
past
she
week.
has. I
I've
mean,
been
I haven't
vlogging.
seen a lot of this
It may
stuff.
never come together, but last week, and let me just say this, Mark and Will, kudos to y'all because
4?
vlogging,
Oh.
it's
that's a
not
lot of work.
easy.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take a break. So I
Yeah.
don't know if this vlog gonna make any sense at all because I'm just picking up
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday night. This ain't gonna make no sense at
Mhm.
all. But just to constantly be walking around with the camera or having to remember, like, oh, let me record this.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Do you guys like have like a purpose in mind when you start, or like I think I've tried it. Like I've really tried it before. Like remember when I went on a trip to go see Steve and Kia, and I'm just like, here's a video of
You have to be
me
so
driving,
intentional.
Yeah.
and
I think like
I don't know what to do with my hands.
well, for me, for the most part, I try to have a reason why I'm doing some type of vlog. But I think that does put a lot of pressure, and you want certain things to be a certain way, but as a result, sometimes you kind of miss out on the moments. So I think I'm conscious of that.
Yeah.
Conscious.
Ooh.
Conscious
on.
Take the
of
gum
that.
out of your mouth first.
But
You still
then
got that gum in his mouth?
no.
Oh.
But then there's times where like I just vlog just because I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just pick up the camera.
Just
and
do
then
something.
sometimes those videos do better than the ones you like put all this.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Attention.
In my mind, I wanted it to be something that would like look nice, but in reality, it's probably just gonna be like
Chin.
Yeah.
and just a bunch of random things together.
Hey guys, just working on another video. All right, I'll see you guys next time.
No, but I think it's good though, because if this is something that you continue to do, those first couple videos, well, for some of us, they're gonna suck, and you have to be willing to like get past that.
But it's just so interesting because I actually like do this professionally,
Mhm.
and it's like completely opposite.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
We've noticed.
creates. Excuse me?
No, like I was saying earlier. Okay, I'm like
Can't even
inching
help
my
you,
way.
bro.
It's a different camera. The screen flips up. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, y'all talking. So do I put it down? And
Yeah, I saw you
record,
when
or
we was
should I-
in the
I'm
room.
just
Yeah,
like,
in the office.
They
Yeah.
talking, guys.
A lot of
Are you in the frame?
Right, I can't tell.
a lot of anticipation goes into it.
I can't.
But-
I wanted to give up 3 times already. I was like, I don't got time for this.
No, keep
But I was vlogging because last week there was so much stuff happening, and I'm like trying to work on my new website, get that
Yeah.
out. So I kind of wanted to vlog the process, and it just wasn't going
Yeah.
that well. But
You
I
have to-
will be
You have to
vlogging.
hire a vlogger for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But will you? Because that can kind of bring pressure on it itself too. Like
What?
if someone's just in your face with the camera, you
Oh,
don't
we're
feel like
the-
you'll be like,
That's not anytime soon. I'm not
Yeah.
paying anybody to record me.
Yeah. Christina already doesn't like people over her shoulder anyway.
yeah.
So.
Amen. Amen. Camera
So,
or not.
We have to figure out how that's gonna work.
Can we just like take some time to acknowledge the hairdo,
Come
the
on.
braids? I see.
I knew he was
girl.
With the eye roll.
You see it? She's just moving different today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Can we zoom in on
Yes,
her, please?
the hang time. It looks so good.
Yeah, flip that thing,
Shout out
girl.
to Diz's
Okay.
mom. She did it.
Yes,
Yeah.
She did. We're gonna make her a whole Instagram account, and
I
she
be
gonna start
telling
getting
her.
to the money. We gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it for her.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Miss Bourbon.
She does
Miss
good
what?
stuff.
Miss Bourbon. That was one of her
Yeah.
students used to.
Oh, I'm like, I don't think that's her name.
Miss Bourbon.
Like,
It's
you know,
counseling
they
for
got the
that.
same last name, right?
Yeah, she did her thing.
Did y'all hear DJ Khaled's new album?
No.
There's another one.
He did not sound
Another
happy
one.
about it.
Oh.
Another one.
I thought he did it on purpose.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I can tell by
oh,
his
that was
face
a
he
good
didn't do it
one.
on purpose, but pun,
Yes.
good pun.
Good job. Even when you're not trying.
Thank you. But
Why
here's
your face
another
like
one.
that?
'Cause I just
It's-
want him to.
To
I
stop.
respect the hustle.
But he's not doing. I mean, he's not really doing like anything special at this point. He's just producing, as
Right.
far as I'm concerned, and saying DJ Khaled a million times. But the song, it was good. Well, I only have 3 of them on my phone, but the 3 that I've heard are like really
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Any notable features?
Yes. So there's the song with Bryson Tiller and
Mhm.
her and Meek
Her.
Mill
They're all on
Okay.
the same song.
on the same song. I'm like, we need more hood music from her. It can't just all be love stuff all the
Yeah, yeah,
time because
yeah.
that song was fire.
She we talking about her, right?
Mhm.
She changing
No,
her.
we're talking about she.
Nah.
She doing everything.
I was
Did
gonna
you-
do something, but I was gonna stay out of
Do it. Now you gotta do
No,
it.
it's not. I didn't have anything. The wheels were turning, but they already said it. So go ahead.
Okay.
She and her, there was just a lot to work with there. But continue.
I
Let's
just
not
lost
make this
my
a
train
thing.
of
Go ahead.
thought.
Oh boy.
She's doing. You said
Her.
Yeah.
Her, yes.
Uh-huh.
Her is doing, she doing her thing. She changing her look somewhat.
Yeah,
Like even that song she got with Chris Brown that you didn't like at first. but you
right. It kind of grew on me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A little bit.
She a little sexy on the front cover. of
She's
that.
definitely changing her.
The
Yeah,
black and
she
white?
changing
Her
her
look, her
thing.
style.
I
Yeah.
had to fast forward it or like change it.
Too
You
tempting?
didn't like the song?
No, it was just like that because she was just moving slow, and then the words were just going, and I was just like, it's like, am I listening to the song or listening to your soul? But anyway,
She's 23. She's 23. Let's keep
Okay.
that.
That
too young
is
for you,
true.
bro.
23.
That's true.
yeah.
Do you like her though, as an artist?
Yeah, I
you
love
follow
her. I've been
Yes,
jamming.
yeah. Actually, I
All of her.
No,
like her a lot.
no. I love her Christian song that she has with Torrin
I
Wells.
haven't heard it.
Yeah.
It's
What?
amazing.
I haven't
wasn't-
heard it.
I wasn't that impressed.
It's a beautiful song. I feel like
She got a song, a Christian song?
yeah, with Torrin Wells. Hold Us Together.
I didn't hear it. I didn't
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. It's just like you just be.
What's the movie? Judas and the Black Messiah?
Mm-mm.
No, that's not
No,
the
it's a
song.
different. It's a Hold Us Together.
Oh, that Disney movie or something that they
Oh,
was
Soul?
watching?
Was it Soul?
No, it was that
Mm-mm.
one with the football player whose little brother lived on campus.
Oh,
with
wow.
Oh
him.
yeah. You
What was
heard
it
of that.
called?
I don't remember.
Safety.
Safety.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Right.
She, yeah, the original
Oh.
one she did it by herself, but it's a great song. I mean,
Oh.
you know.
And you like her because of that?
No, I was just like, oh, so she loves the Lord.
Mm.
Check for like if anybody else was interested in her. That I
I'm
knew.
not saying she don't.
I-
Right.
I
Or
don't
like-
know.
Yeah.
I don't think doing
Making-
a gospel song
Makes
Yeah,
you
right.
makes you.
I'm sorry.
You
Maybe
know.
I was
She's
just-
not like Justin Bieber.
I was just being optimistic.
Justin
Who
Bieber
I
got
love.
his that album is he's considered a gospel artist now. I was listening to something and they said like they consider him.
So they
Like-
they consider Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye won
Yeah, he
Best
did.
gospel album?
yeah,
Did he?
for that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It was a Grammy, I think,
I mean-
that he won for that.
Right,
album.
yeah.
I mean, technically, it is a gospel album.
Yeah.
It
No,
is.
it is. I mean, to each his own. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
but
you're
categories don't necessarily make you a believer or whatever. You know what I mean?
I
Or
agree.
a
But-
believer. Okay, I'm done.
But Justin Bieber is on DJ Khaled's album too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a
Great
dope
song.
song. It is a dope
Great
song.
song, except for 21 Savage. I
Yeah,
felt
21.
like he was on
I
the
gotta listen to
song.
it.
21
Uh,
Savage sounds like wherever he is, he does not want to be there. Like he just
Now you got it. Let's hear
It's
it.
like-
Why?
My name is 21 and I'm rapping about things and I really want to
forced
go.
me to come.
21. 21.
21.
21.
I ain't got
21,
nothing else.
21.
I gotta hear it after.
It's so good. I love it. And then there's another song with Jay-Z and Nas and some other dude singing the hook, but it was really good.
How Nas doing?
He's good. He's making a lot of money.
Making money.
Yeah? I haven't heard anything from him in a minute.
Yeah, because he too busy making money.
Yeah.
He ain't got time for the
He
music.
low key.
Yeah, but I read an article where he had to go back and after he heard Jay-Z's verse, he went back and like rewrote his. Make sure you know.
Oh, good.
For that
Jay-Z,
same song?
Yeah.
Jay-Z didn't miss.
Nah.
He rarely misses, but you know. I do want to say I think DJ Khaled, there was like this little era of time where he did a lot of songs with Florida, like rappers and artists, and I think Florida probably has the best like collaborative culture when it comes to music.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Anything with Trick Daddy, you know.
Trick Daddy, and that's the thing. He had this song. Wait, what song was that?
Yeah.
No, but like when
Miami
you think
is a
about
part of
like
Florida.
when you think about, I mean, I guess when you think about like some of his older songs, like he has songs with like T-Pain, who's from Florida, but like Northern, Plies. What'd you say?
Tallahassee.
Yeah, Tallahassee. Trick Daddy, like everybody from Florida, and I feel like Florida's rap culture kind of influenced a lot more collaboration because it used to be very like East Coast, West Coast, North, South, New York versus Atlanta, you know, like all this stuff. And I think Florida just, you know, we're a lot of things, but
we're unique.
We're unique. You know, everybody love each other.
We may not know how to wear masks, but we know how to rap
and work together.
Together.
You're not even from Florida though. So
I'm not. I be trying to claim it sometimes.
You know, this is very random, but an average of 1,000 people move to Florida a day.
That's why rent is so high.
That's crazy.
Can y'all go to Texas?
Go somewhere else.
That's why they're building on top of everything.
Get out of here.
Go back
Take
to
your
your
kind
state.
and get out of here.
That's crazy though. I think it's overrated in my opinion, but unpopular opinion. That's for another episode.
What, Florida?
Yeah.
I think it's.
I think because you were born here, right? Like you're from here.
Yeah. People love the weather.
Yeah.
Regardless of how hot it actually is. And people don't understand that, especially during the summers, it rains literally every day.
Yeah.
It's either raining or hot.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
It'll rain in the morning
yeah.
and then just get really hot going later.
Right. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But everybody loves it here.
Yeah.
You guys are so close to Disney. Like, okay, but
And
I'm
the
not there
beach.
every day.
Yeah. You don't
Right,
take
and I'm
advantage
not-
of the beach?
No.
Exactly.
I
People
went to
in
the
Florida.
beach the other day, like 2 days ago.
And when's the last time you went to the beach before then?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
But it was nice because it was not too sunny. And we just, chilled, watched the waves. It was supposed to be an air show, I think. But
Yeah.
that never
Air
happened. It was like
show.
one plane. It was like, okay, and done.
Social distancing.
No, the beach was packed, though.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
DeSantis
As if,
done opened up everything, bro. I said,
Yeah.
what corona?
Yeah.
Shoot.
it
off
was
that.
packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it. It doesn't exist. That's
Nah, they like, we need this money.
you can't see me.
But I wanted to ask y'all, what did I want to ask y'all? About collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like a lot of people, that was such a hard transition. Wow.
It's okay. No, we're here.
No, I'm with it.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure what my question was,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like a lot of people are afraid to collab together. Like, I feel like a lot of times the environments are so much more competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And how do y'all feel how do you guys feel when it comes time to work with someone?
I think part of
That was an open question. But
yeah, I think for me, like, I love the idea of collaboration. And this might be me telling on myself, but I feel like some of the issues where I run into or issues I have with collaboration is, are you getting back what you're giving in a sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like I find that I might be willing to, hey, like let's say for example, I sing and I record. Oh man, I'm going into like something that actually is happening.
Okay. It's okay.
So for example, I have someone I know who does music, and obviously I do video, and I'm like, hey, we can like do this thing where we help each other out. Collab, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll film your stuff, but you can record me, and it's like a trade-off. And I just know for me, it's just like the turnaround time, because I'm so intentional on, like, let me help this person out. Let me give them help them out in this way. I'm gonna like turn around the project or whatever it is quicker. And like, meanwhile, I'm over here like, it's been 2 weeks now, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So it's like,
Yeah.
how do you find that balance of like overexerting yourself or going above and beyond when the other person's kind of like dragging their feet, and it's
like group work when you're in high school when y'all had projects.
It's always that one person.
Well,
yeah,
contribute.
I sometimes I was that person.
Nah.
Sometimes,
and I was always the one that was like, all right, I'll just do everything. So
I
that way-
loved you.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I love
Right.
that
I love the
person.
group. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I know my grade was going to be affected by it. So
Right.
I was just that type of person to just do everything. I feel like that's still how I am, where I find myself like more willing to like put everything into it. But it's just like sometimes you get burned and it's like they don't put the same effort.
Right.
So how do you?
I think collaboration is hard. I think like we have a very good collaborative culture among us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like working with other people, it can be very hard because you have
Yeah.
to make sure everyone's intentions are like
Right.
Pure.
pure, but then
And
also
stay
like
there.
what is the goal
Yeah.
at hand? Do we all know that, moving into something? What happens if things go left? Like how do we
For me, I think that's where paperwork comes in. Like, and I know sometimes it's not always
Yeah, that's
like
harsh.
ideal, but I think when you're dealing with people that you don't normally work with,
I
feel
mean,
like
people
they-
that you know, but not like me and you.
or at least communicating like expectations. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like where like, hey, so we're gonna do this thing. I'm gonna handle this part, and you're gonna handle this part. How soon do you think you can turn that around? This like, and really like just kind of going over that. 'Cause I think sometimes I'm not fully. I don't really know how collaborations completely work in a professional setting. Like, because most of our stuff it's us. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's us collaborating
In-house.
with each other. Yeah.
But is that
So-
sorry? To your point, is that if there's like money involved, or what if it's just like a bar?
Oh, if there's
trade for
absolutely,
trade?
if there's money being like to be made, there's gotta
Oh,
be
paperwork.
Yeah,
But
that's
what
what I
if
was gonna say.
gotta
It's
be-
different. It's different,
Yeah.
like with us working together and like collaboration with like companies or like outsourcing. I think that's two different.
Yeah.
But
To an
even
extent.
amongst like just person to person outside of business, I find that some people can be very hesitant to collaborate with people or work with people because they're so competitive. It's kind of like the crab in a bucket like mentality sometimes. I don't know if you guys have found that, but I just yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I just think I think sometimes competition can be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's if it's like in fun,
Yeah.
but there are some times where people really just don't want to work together because I don't know if it's an insecurity thing. Like I
Mhm.
have to prove
That I'm better.
that I'm better than you,
Yeah.
or people can be really secretive with certain
Yeah.
things,
Or,
and I'm like,
yeah, or talking behind your back.
mhm.
Flex
'Cause
potential. Yeah.
I've been in those situations where, and it's sad to say, but even like in church situations where you're there and you're like, your intentions are pure. You're like, here, I'm just here to serve the Lord. Wow, you sing, you're amazing. You have a great gift. Let's do this thing together and let's bring Jesus to these people. And then you hear like the whispers like, oh, this such and such person was talking about you. And you're like, man, like that stuff happens here too.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah,
And it's just crazy
Well,
because
wherever there's
Christians be the
people,
worst.
Yeah.
wherever
that's-
that's
a word right there.
wherever there's people, there's gonna
Yeah.
be problems.
Right.
Let me just clear. I don't think Christians are the worst. They're just
Well,
also
we not the
bad.
worst.
I think,
Right.
Also
That's what
people.
I'm saying.
But
I
I'm
think,
just
I think it's
saying.
because there's an expectation when you go.
Right.
but it's like-
Hypocritical.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like, guys, that's not how we're supposed to
we're not
Yeah.
do that. That's not right. Especially like, I'm gonna say sometimes, especially when it comes to like worship kind of stuff. Like, there's always issues I've noticed. Like, let me not say. I feel it's a big generalization, but I've just a lot of the things I have seen, like it's kind of been around worship teams and people that sing and stuff like that. I don't know.
But like,
it's weird.
why though? Like, not necessarily in church, but just in general. Like, why is there this like? Do you think it's like a fight? Like, I need to be seen, or like?
Yeah,
I don't
because it's
wanna-
such a position like where you're up front, you know what I mean? And like and sometimes when, the I guess the scale of how good or how bad you are is if you're leading or if you're background, or you know what I
Right.
mean? Or at least that's how some
Or
people
if,
feel.
if you could run and do and it's just like,
Yeah,
nah,
that's
this-
real.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think really it comes down to your like how you feel internally, you know what I mean? And how you gauge and judge like a level of success, I think. And okay, is it important for you to be upfront? Like, is that the pinnacle of your success? Or is it to be the best at the position that you're in? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where some people can miss it. When dealing with people, you have to know, first, you got to be humble. Like, you really, like, because they're, like, I don't care who you are. There's somebody out there better than you at what you're doing.
Always.
There's always going to be somebody better than you at what you're doing. And I have to be okay with that, you know, because I'm not looking at Christina. I'm not looking at Mark. I'm not looking at Des. I'm not looking at William. I can appreciate the work that you guys do. And honestly, the thing I do more than like, you know, doubting myself is bigging up y'all's stuff. Like, yo, I really like what you did there, you know, and then I can say, I can either take that and be like, okay, I want to try that. Let me see if I can figure out how I can and use that as motivation to build myself up.
Right.
Or I can be like, I'm sick of being around this. I'm trash. Or you start putting them down because it makes you feel better about your own work. Well, you know, the only reason that she
is insecurity
can do that is because she stole it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people really be coming up like for real. But it's this just mentality of like, either I'm going to use that as fuel and gas to push me forward and move down this road even faster, or I'm just gonna like try and blow up your car. You know what I mean?
That's extreme.
No, seriously, that's what people do. Like they try to attack the person as opposed to worrying about
themselves. Or how to make themselves better. It's just interesting because I'm very collaborative with y'all, but at the same time, I'm still low-key competitive.
With us?
Not with y'all per se, but just like, I mean, there are moments. Okay, example. Me and Joe take the same way home. All three of us. Me, Joe, and Will take the same way home. Right? We have to like all get on the same highway. I don't like being the one in the back when we're driving.
Very true. This is very true.
That's so real though.
And when I see Joe like coming up, because his car is fast, guys. When I see him, I'm like,
yeah, I'm wondering like, why is she going so fast? I didn't know she was.
I do drive fast. It's not always because of you, and y'all, but I just like to win.
But even now, like this is actually my first time saying it, but out loud. But like knowing that sometimes I'll intentionally.
I know you're doing it intentionally.
I'll intentionally like pull up, like, you know, this and just kind of just slightly go just to see like what she's gonna do, and like it's
and sometimes I don't. It just depends on. Sometimes I'm not even paying attention. I'm just vibing and doing my own thing. But then sometimes I'm like, oh, here he come.
Yeah,
gotta go a little faster.
You hear the engine run,
right? And you know my car don't got it like that. Right. So it take a minute.
Man, I spent $25 on gas, and I'm already on E.
But like I'm like, you had to say something.
Well, no, I was gonna say like, but like, I really do feel like competition can be good too.
Right.
I don't think it's wrong to compete. I think it's really more so your heart behind it, because competition can really drive you to get better.
Right.
I know that's one of the things, like I'm a big football guy. But University of Miami, like they're trying to like, you know, change the culture down there. And their thing is like, okay, I'm not just going to go after one good guy, because, you know, if we only have one good guy, he doesn't really have anybody to push him. They recruit, they're going after a top, you know, 4-star, 5-star quarterback every year, because they want that room to be the most competitive possible. So now you're not just going up against, you know, Joe Schmo quarterback that you know you can beat out. You have to push yourself now, because if you don't, this person next to you is going to
internally.
Well,
that's the thing I don't really care for with football is like, you're not just competing against the other team. You're competing against your own teammates. You know, like that I don't know, something about that.
Oh, isn't that all team sports?
I know it was like that.
Yes and no.
Yeah, because everybody's trying to start.
Yeah, even like when I was in college and we had like, you know, I was a part of a dance team, but even to perform certain dances, you had to try out. Like, just because you're on the team doesn't mean that you just go up on the stage. Like, if you didn't look right doing that dance, then bruh. Like, you just gonna sit in the back and just watch it. But then,
like, for football, you got guys who are like hurt and stuff who try to get back too early because they don't want to like lose their spot because you have something to prove. You know, you have to prove yourself, and you already. I don't know. It's just for me. Something about it. I don't.
I think the biggest to that point, like the biggest example of that is the NBA. Like, everyone is getting hurt this year. Like, everybody. Like, every time I turn on the TV, it's another person just get injured. Anthony Davis, LeBron James got injured.
I
Did
think
he get injured? He got injured for real?
LaMelo Ball, everyone, like all like so many stars are constantly getting injured.
With that too. I don't know if I'll ever be the same again.
Who said that?
Okay, LeBron.
Yeah,
it's an ankle.
I don't know. I've been paying attention.
So, question for you guys: at what point does it become like unhealthy when it comes to competition?
I think when you get obsessive, like when it controls, like that's the only thing you think about. I think that's when it gets unhealthy, because then you lose the reason why you started being competitive in the first place. Yeah. Now it's just an obsession.
Now it's just not. You just.
I got to be the best.
Yeah.
It's not getting better. I just want to win.
Yeah.
But I be like that sometimes though.
When you said the card thing, I feel that. I'm not even gonna lie.
I was at this party on Saturday and I was shooting, which is rare because I don't do events. I don't normally shoot events. But there was two videographers and a photographer there, and I'm just like, oh, my picture's got to be better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And it does it? No. Because, like,
does it?
Cares?
Yes.
See them again.
Who cares? I mean, I may see them again. I may not. But, like, why is that even, like, a thought in me? And I'm like, no, I got paid to be here and they're going to get my pictures. I've already proved myself enough to be here. Yeah. So now why do I feel like I have to prove to all y'all that y'all suck and I am the best one here?
Do you think subconsciously you're trying to secure future work or future like recognition?
No. She just wants to win.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah.
But it comes from a deeper, at least for me, I feel like it comes from like a deeper place. Like when I was younger, okay, when I was like 18, 19, 20, that's when I started like doing business and taking on clients and all that stuff. And when you're that young, in order for people to want to deal with you, you have to prove that you're some level of professional and mature and stuff like that. So I think I've just kind of kept that mindset where I not only have to be the best, but I can't show weakness either. You know, so like I have to know when someone asks me something, I have to know it because back then I had to know it so that they could take me seriously. But then as you get older, it's like, okay, but now you're afraid of asking questions and asking for help and different things like that because that mentality just kind of, you know, snowballs.
Can I share a quick story? So remember, there was a couple years ago, we all went to a photography event at the studio at CNI. And the funny thing about it is I didn't even know you guys were going to be there, but we ran into each other. I didn't know you yet, Joe. But I remember there were so many people there, like, you know, pushing on each other's
with the
shoulders.
girl in the rain?
Yeah.
And taking pictures. And it was just like a bunch of wolves, like attacking like prey.
Right.
And I remember I literally saw Christina go like, snap, snap. And then she sat down for the rest of the event.
Well, for one, I was really hungry.
And I remember, so it was a competition for like a free
studio session.
Studio shoot.
Or studio rental.
And so I'm going to the event like, yeah, we're going to network. And they're like, all right, and the winner is Christina Jones. Christina Jones, are you here?
You won it?
She won.
Shut up.
She did
and I literally
BTS type stuff.
I literally texted her and I was like, hey, you won the event. And she's like, really? Cool. You never used that up.
No, I still haven't. But
for me, it was just like so funny because there were people fighting to get the best picture.
That's good.
And then the one person that was just like snap, snap,
that's good.
Sit down.
Yeah.
You know,
also at the same time, I think some of that was thirst. You know, there was some thirsty photographers.
Well, yeah, there's that too. But my mentality in that moment was all y'all gonna be getting the same shots.
Right.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's the same person, same environment, same angles. Let me try to do something different and just do like behind the scenes and make it more, you know, artistic.
Yeah.
And
so perfect point. Good. I feel like sometimes with competition, it clouds your judgment or it clouds like what is your purpose behind that. And instead of thinking like, let me focus on this subject or this thing, you're like, how can I be better than the person next to me? And you're forgetting the whole purpose.
Right.
And I find with me, once if I'm like editing something or working on something and my whole intention is to be better than the person next to me, at the end of the project, I'm like, yeah, it's great. But then I feel like, man, like I feel kind of like empty in a sense.
Right.
Or like less fulfilled because I forgot what I was doing it for.
Yeah, it's not even about that anymore. And then I've had situations in prior or past jobs where it's like, okay, someone else is like coming up behind you, like trying to do the same thing that you're doing. So now you got to like prove like, oh no, like I got to be better than them because like it's kind of like that, like the whole football thing. Like I've literally had that happen in a professional setting where someone comes up doing the same thing as me, and the next thing you know, I'm off. You know, I'm not working there anymore, and I'm like, well, I mean, now I have to make sure that in every setting, like you like you're working to prove your spot, you know, and
is that a bad thing though? I don't.
It's about perspective.
I think it depends. It really does depend on the scenario, but I think there's this balance, right? Like you have this position, it's like, okay, and you've been owning it. You've been doing your thing. But I think sometimes when we have the position locked in, we can become complacent. We can. Not saying we will.
Yeah.
We can become complacent. So sometimes if we become complacent and then you see somebody else coming up behind you, that might motivate you to get off of that spot and keep moving. You know what I mean? To push yourself. Now, sometimes when there is no, there is nobody coming up behind you, like Michael Jordan, for example, like we all saw the last dance. That's what it was. This man literally created things to motivate him, things that weren't even true. Like he made up the fact that somebody said he was sorry in his own head so that he could prove that fictional person wrong. Not fictional person, but like that fictional scenario wrong. So that was a motivation, I think, to keep elevating myself, to get to a place to do a thing. But I think we have to be careful to not be scared of competition. I think it's okay to be like, okay, this is pushing me into a new place, a new stratosphere. But I don't want the journey of that to become my I guess thing that motivates me, because like Mark said, like you can get to the end and you're like, this wasn't as fulfilling as I thought it would be. Because again, we got to remember the end goal is to be better at this thing, not the journey of getting there. Like because like I just want to compete. But some people just compete for the sake of competing, and it's like where you're not growing in that. You got a W. Cool. Like I'm sorry. I know you got something to say, but it's like, it's so annoying to me. Like people that are competing in the dumbest things for no reason at all, for the sake of competing. And then they try to flex on you. And it's like, I didn't care about this anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where people are weird, and I dislike stuff like that. Yeah. But if you're using me to say like, you know what, man, Joe's dope at this, I'm watching him. And I'm watching how he's doing a thing, because you know what? I want to be able to get to the level he's at, and maybe one day I can be better than him.
Yeah, but that's coming from a place of, it's not coming from insecurity,
right?
You know, and I think that's kind of like that line
comes from a place of humility.
When it's coming from humility. Let me become better at my craft, so maybe I can get to this level or past this level. That's one thing. But when it's coming like, oh, I gotta like prove myself, you know, it's more like a fear driven thing than anything.
Yeah. And I just feel like when it comes to the expense of your relationships and the people around you.
Right.
So like Joe used Michael Jordan, or if you want to even throw Kobe into that, while they, you know, were viewed as, you know, the people at the top of their craft, if you talk to a lot of the people that are closest to them, they weren't necessarily pleasant to always work with.
Right.
So you're talking about the relationships that you have now ruined, and it's like, what's the point of getting to the top if you just like there by yourself? Because in the process you've ruined all these relationships.
Yeah.
And now nobody want to be around you.
Yeah.
Like for me, like if I have a photography event or whatever the case is, a job, and I know I need a second shooter, I'm not gonna go and ask the dude who feels like he's better than everyone and can't be teachable. I'm gonna be more, you know, prone to asking a person who I know is gonna be humble about it and come into it with like, you know, like a willingness to learn, you know, and you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, competition is great in my opinion, but at the same time, I think there just has to be like a level of like humility and balance.
And I think, at least for me, like I think I do my best work when I'm in a position of feeling like safe. You know, like I'm not like
pressure.
Yeah. You know, now if I put pressure on myself to be better, that's different. But when it's coming from, if it's coming from somebody else or, you know, like, again, like I've had job experience where it's like, all right, you gotta do this or else you may get replaced, or like they try to put like those thoughts
pressure
in your mind. So then you feel the need to like, oh man, I gotta, you know, that's
to me, that's just unhealthy. I think that to me isn't even competition. It's more of a threat. You know what I mean? Like that's when things become threats and you're not like motivating.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the true mark of a bad leader. You know what I mean? Or just that's just not how you lead people you know what I mean? Like, hey, if you don't do it, you gonna get replaced. I mean, now granted, it's different in sports, but that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think insecurity drives competition?
Flush that out.
Yeah, like in a sense, like
Sorry.
No, in a sense, like you're like a person who might be insecure about, like you say, losing that spot because you see this person coming up, and now you're like, all right, I got to be better because something that you might be dealing with.
I think insecurity breeds unhealthy competition.
Yeah,
not the good kind.
Like, okay, Alabama, like they literally had 3 pro quarterbacks on their roster at one time. You know, Mac Jones just got drafted in the first round this year. Jalen Hurts and Tua were all on the same team. You know what I mean? Like their running back room was even stacked. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, all of these guys made it to the NFL, every single one of them, and they're probably maybe all of them will be starting this year. But that room, like when Jalen Hurts got replaced by Tua in the championship, right? But Tua started balling. Jalen Hurts was right there. What happened?
Tua?
That's his last name.
Oh, I'm like, Tua what? I'm really trying to figure out, like.
Tua 3 of them.
I thought you were using, like, some type of, like.
No, his name is Tua.
Okay.
Yeah.
This makes such.
Oh, that's his first name.
Yeah, his first name is Tua.
Okay.
Tua Tagovailoa.
I'm with you now. Okay.
No, but like Jalen Hurts got replaced by Tua while they were like in the championship game, and Tua balled. And like he never lost the job after that. But when Tua scored his first touchdown, guess who was right there showing him the most love? Right. It was Jalen Hurts right there. Yeah. Like, yo. And Jalen Hurts wound up transferring and went to another school and balled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's, to me, like that's the mark of someone who, like, I know I'm very confident in my ability to do what I can do. I might have lost out in this position here, but that doesn't mean that stops me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I still can show love to the people that I'm in competition with, but I know I'm still going to do my thing when I get my opportunity. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that has to be the same thing for us. Like design, photography, or videography, Christina got me. You know what I mean? Or at least like I'm in love with some of the stuff that she can make. I'm like, man, like I would love to be able to do that. But that don't stop me from taking pictures. Right. It's not like, well, I might as well pack it up.
Right. And photo, I'm trying to catch up with these two.
You
know, like I'm still learning.
There are plenty of people like on my, like I follow several photographers where I'm just like, yeah, that's motivation right there. You know what I mean? But it don't stop me.
Right.
It does not stop me at all. I never get, I guess I'll never be able to take pictures like that. Like, like, bro, like you gotta, sometimes you gotta toughen up.
Yeah.
Like,
I think when you may not think your work is that good, that you tend to like beat yourself up and tend to go to that place. So I know, like, for me, that happens to me where I'm like, okay, like I can't do that. They're like above, like in this, level. So let me not even try, because I have a mentality of like what I produce isn't good. You get what I'm saying? But I think if I had more confidence in, like, I may not be there, but I like where I'm at and I like what I do, then I would have that mentality of like, all right, let me strive to like be like whoever. But if you don't think that what you do is that good, then it's quicker to go to that place of like, Okay, this was great.
But I think something that keeps me in check with that is like everyone's favorite creator has a favorite creator. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's like, so for example, like I still lead worship, but I remember I would go to like back in the day Israel and New Breed concerts. And I'm like, man, like, yo, this is greatness. Like, look how, like what they're able to do. And then going back to church and then somebody be like, man, you just really blessed me. And I'm like, my kids look up to you and you're like, you're that person for somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to competition, if we just remember like this person I'm looking up to, or this person I'm competing with, they have someone that they're striving to, and they're working out their own insecurities and their own the details of their creative journey. And I think that just kind of keeps me on the line of like, look, I know maybe if I put in the work, and that's another thing, you don't know the sacrifice.
Yes.
You don't know the hours. You don't know what people are giving up in order to, get these things accomplished. Your life might look completely different. Like just because your work is great or whatever, like what's the details behind that? Are you happy? Are you healthy? And you're so busy trying to compete with these people, but you don't know their story.
Yeah.
You see the glory, but you don't know the story.
Mark, I was with you, and you took a hard right.
Mark tripped at the finish line.
right before the touchdown.
No, that was good.
True.
Though.
Yeah,
that was good because we just don't.
What?
Flashback.
Mark said tripped at the finish line right before the touchdown. That's too different.
how it
works.
That's how I play basketball. Y'all don't want to see me on the court though.
I didn't catch it.
Buckets.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say when you said the stuff before you
The
tripped
glory. Okay,
and all that stuff. It's funny because even I know, like for me, and I think I told you, when a person that I look up to on social media like comments under my stuff,
Right.
Everybody find it. I'm like, me?
Yeah, right.
You see me?
Right.
My stuff shows up on your home feed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you commented.
Right.
Bruh.
You know,
That's
it
how
feels
I
good.
felt. That's how I felt when one of my favorite creators followed me. Shout out to Oscar Castillo.
Hey.
He followed me and I was like, what made you follow? How'd you find me?
Yeah.
What made you follow
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
I've been following you for years.
Yeah.
It felt so good. But that's another thing too. I think if we start to understand that like what's for us is for us, like you don't really have to compete for opportunities. I say, like, again, there is like healthy competition and wanting to be better, but feeling like, oh, I gotta be the best to get this thing. Not like, for me, it hasn't happened that way. A lot of the opportunities that I get, they're just for me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to compete with this person and this person to get this. Like, if it's for me, it's gonna
be for you.
It's gonna be for me.
And I think that's even like when it comes to competition, I don't know if this might not relate, but when you find yourself in the company of other creators or those people that you look up to, it's more like, okay, like this is for me too, or I fit in. Do you feel like that cripples you in a sense? Like you've arrived finally, so now your drive to compete or keep pushing to get better, do you feel like that brings you to a place of like complacency?
I haven't gotten to that point.
Say it again.
In a sense, like, so for example, we're talking about the people that we look up to at one point, and you're like, oh, you follow me, like, why me? Like, do you ever feel like you see yourself at their level now, and that kind of brings back your competitive?
Well, for me,
in my head, I am at a higher level than I think I actually am sometimes. But when they release work, I'm like, oh yeah, no.
Like
I still got some work to do. I'd be like, yeah, they're my peers, my people. We follow each other, we have conversation, and then they drop something, and I'd be like, whoo. Let me get back let me pick up my camera and shoot something, because I still got some work to do. So it's still very humbling for me.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, I just think that we have to take more of a celebration
Agreed.
Mentality, like let's celebrate people more.
Collaboration.
That's good.
Collaboration
Go ahead.
We really got to, like, that's one thing. Like when I see something I like, I want you to know that I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I told somebody this week, I'm like, listen, when you drop in your master class, because
Right.
I need to learn what you got.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think I'd rather be a motivator than like
hater.
Seriously,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
Like I don't got time for that. That don't bring nothing to my life. That don't make me any better when I'm envious and this and that. Like, no, man. Like I like your work. And matter of fact, I wish my pictures look like yours.
Yeah.
Right. And when you can say that, like it's coming from a humble place.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times people can't even say that to
That's
each
what I'm
other.
saying. No, like
If
it's very
if
rare.
you can't compliment somebody else, that's how you know competition is not, or you have an unhealthy relationship with competition.
Yeah.
Because now it's stopping you from celebrating somebody else or wanting to collaborate with somebody else, and that's not.
You just never know what opportunities might come, or like even with that, like what information that opens you up to. Yeah. Because now you open up yourself to be like, oh yeah, I like your work, whatever the case is. Now you're building a relationship, and then you get on the inside, and there's information that they'll be like, all right, I don't share this with everybody, but we have a relationship.
Yeah.
This is how I got to this. This is how I do this, blah, blah, blah. And now you're like, that one thing you've been trying to figure out to set your work apart from everybody else or even get you to another level. Yeah. Now that you've opened yourself and humbled yourself, you have that relationship. And it just, man, you know how long it took me to get monetized on YouTube? Until like I got into the in crowd in a sense. And it's like, oh, you do that. Oh, that makes sense. And like all that information that I got helped take my channel to the next level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like humility goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And
That's
nobody
true.
care you channel monetize.
I mean,
Haters.
Hey, yeah. Just yours ain't, okay? Let me know when you get on my level. I'm just joking.
I lost it.
No. Joe, I want you to start vlogging again. I feel like you have a lot to contribute to the community.
I had like 2 vlogs like 4 years ago. And
they were really good.
And they were a lot of work. And I'm not.
That's why I'm taking the low maintenance approach to vlogging. Because I can make it this whole cinematic thing, but I'm like, who got time for that?
Yeah.
Be setting up the camera and then get in the car.
I cannot.
I did all of that. I did all of that
I'm gonna
stuff.
go
and I'm just like, this is too much.
The camera in the parking spot behind me so that they can, and then I'm gonna pull up
and then you
in
get
the parking
angles.
spot.
You got one. You got that one camera.
At that point, I'm making a movie.
Right.
Yeah.
People in their cars looking at you like, look at this.
Nah.
Look at this. Nah, bro.
But that's why going back to DJ Khaled, I respect him because he gets a lot of different creators and rappers and artists from all over and puts them on the same project, and it's no competition. Or if there is competition, it's like what you said with Jay-Z and Nas, and how Nas went back to rewrite his verse on that song because he wanted it to match Jay-Z's like level, which is dope to me. So
I remember he had that song with Chris Brown, Trey Songz, DJ Khaled, Jeremiah.
Oh, I don't know.
August Alsina. You put what's the song? I know the song. It's not coming to my head, but I just remember watching that. I was like, it's the song with.
That's just
we'll play it after copyright infringement. But I just remember looking at it. I was like, man, there's a lot of singers on this song.
No competition.
No competition.
Right.
You know, I know it's an amazing song.
I love it.
Yeah.
Mark, what inspired you
this week?
Since the last time we
What's inspired me? Honestly, there's some stuff at work that I finally got completed last night, and now I'm just like free. I'm like, thank the Lord.
Inspired to create.
I'm inspired to create. I have the room to do things I actually enjoy. I'm also going to Atlanta this weekend.
Hey.
So gonna do some videos and some a photo shoot out there while I'm there.
I'm gonna be like y'all when I grow up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just, you got one life. That's it. Inspired. Finally getting on a plane to go somewhere again.
Amen.
So, Des?
Can I go last?
Joke.
For me, man, I was looking at a guy's Instagram at JW. Is it Boyles or Bowles? I can't remember his name.
The Bows?
No. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's either Boyles or Bowles. I can't remember what his name was, but he's a graphic designer, and but he's just kind of really an all around creative.
He's dope.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he was doing this like kind of like projection, like projecting some words, but he was like filtering it through this like oblong, weird
was
looking
like a
piece of
piece
plastic,
of acrylic or
something
something.
like that, and it really made the design look really cool. And I was just like, man, that's fresh. And it was actually like kind of like motivation for me to like, it kind of made me think of an idea that I can do for like a portrait that I want to actually like kind of go after soon. So I was just like, man, I like that. I like, you know, playing, and it's really simple, like kind of practical little function here. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna give that a shot. So shout out to JW Boyles or Bowles, whatever your name is, sir. Thank you.
He's really good. He's actually been doing a lot of the artwork for Maverick City music, and well, with Elevation, because I think he works for Elevation, or he freelances for Elevation. So all of that, all of the artwork and stuff that you see for the new album, that collaboration album, it has been him, I believe.
Yeah.
So he's really dope. I had something. What's inspired me? I've had something and I can't remember right now. So you go, and then I'll go.
Wasn't too inspiring.
I have something, but I don't know if it like qualifies.
Don't worry, we'll tell you if it is or isn't.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm like, it's like, boo, no. I'm like, so my little cousin graduated from college. Graduated from, I can say universities on here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, FAU. And so we had a little gathering for her or whatever. And so, you know, we had some cousins talk, we had some aunts talk, and just, you know, tell her how we felt about her and stuff. And just thinking of like what she juggled, like, you know, full-time student. She has her own clothing line that like she manages, plus she helps someone else manage their own clothing line. She does like the marketing and the social media and stuff and all of that. And going to school full-time, it was just kind of like,
Look
like
you
you out here doing your thing, and like she's one of the younger ones. You know what I mean? So
That's
like,
inspiring.
check you out. You know what I'm saying?
How old is she?
She's 20. She turns 22 in June.
Bruh.
Yeah. And her stuff is dope. It's not like, you know, subpar, like, okay,
Opulence,
like spray
right?
painted shirts.
Yeah.
It's like you see her, you know, putting the stuff together. She has like a machine in her room. So sometimes she actually puts the stuff together, like get the, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, check you out. So we always
22.
tell her we want to be like her when we grow up, but we're all older than
her.
Right. But, you know, it was just dope to like really think about that and like see, like you did your thing and you completed school. Like shout out to you.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Does that
was a good
count?
one.
That's
Absolutely.
really good. That's inspiring to me. Anytime I see somebody like really doing stuff and they're younger, I just be like, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like her.
Bruh. Yes, like
She was so
her.
young.
She's
23.
23,
Man, that girl
bro.
plays the drums, the keyboard, the guitar. I can't
Bass
even sing
guitar.
and strum together.
Hello.
Everything.
She look at the camera. With her glasses.
Right. Her ponytail, her glasses.
I'm just happy we finally get to see her eyes. Just like,
And I was gonna say though,
facts.
but-
Again, I mean, I don't have anything like super like that's like
deep.
inspiring, but
Yeah.
like I've just been proud of myself I've been trying to knock out my website for storytellers because
Beautiful.
I've never had one in my whole like 10-year career. I've never had a website, so I've just been working hard on that, and it's gonna be ready soon. And boom.
But can I tell you how
Ready
good
to-
that was though? Like even before you posted it or put it on the website, when I was like, I think I walked in the room and I saw the footage. I was like, oh man, who did this? And then I looked, I was like, oh, that's Christina's stuff.
Can I tell you something? Seeing it all together like that, I felt like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is really good. I shot this.
Good job, me.
That's how I felt.
I
Yeah.
did it.
I was proud of myself.
Yeah.
It's
That's what's
important. You is kind.
Right. I gotta show y'all. But
That's funny.
all right, so we're way over time now. So yeah. That's
Exclusive
all we got.
episode.
That's all we got. This was, what time is it now? 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
On a
Well-
Saturday, in case my boss sees us.
I was getting,
You
yeah.
stupid.
I was gonna be like,
Oh boy. All right.
Man,
well,
can't wait for church tomorrow.
right?
we got it done though. Through all the obstacles, we got it
Yeah.
done.
Yes.
So that's been another episode 12, right?
12.
Episode 12, man.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency. Follow us on Instagram at Creatives Are Essential. I was about to say at Storytellers. At Creatives Are Essential. I'm Christina.
I'm Mark Lee.
Des.
And Joe.
See y'all.
Peace.
Peace. hope y'all know this is going, definitely going in the episode.